Hello there, Cancer. Welcome to DragonTaleTarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your reading for 2020. This is going to be an overview of all the energies and major things that are going to be coming through for this brand new year of 2020. We're closing out 2019. It's amazing that 2020 is here. It's been quite a journey. So first, before we get started, let me get a first quick notes out of the way. Firstly, thank you so much for being here at the channel. If you are returning, thank you for coming back. And if you are new, I welcome you. And I do invite anyone that has not yet done so to please reach out and click that subscribe button and also give it that dragon claw up by clicking the like button and let me know that you enjoy the content. This is going to be a general reading, meaning that it will not resonate with every single Cancer out there. So if the messages do resonate with you, then they are meant for you. If they do not resonate with you, kick them on out to another Cancer. Also be sure to check the placements in your personal chart, and those readings may also correspond really well with you. So this will mostly correspond with Cancer Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising signs. All Cancer cross-watchers are also welcome to join us. If you're interested in a personal reading or any information like the names of the card decks that I use in this reading, that's all below in the description box. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. Very, very excited to talk with you about, the energies that are coming. We've moved from a universal number 3 year, which is what 2019 added up to, and obviously 2 plus 2 is 4, so 2020 is a universal 4. Cancer, you are the 4th sign, so I think that's a beautiful synchronicity because number 4 year is about stability, it's balance, it's the 4 corners, it's the 4 directions. I think about a home having 4 corners. I think about in the tarot, the number 4 is always a number of greater stability and foundational information and energies coming through. So it's going to be a different kind of vibe, absolutely, as we go through this. First, I'm going to just talk a little bit about the astrology for you. I'm not going to do too much of that because in my regular readings, like that I do, every couple months, a couple of them every month, I always talk a little bit about the current astrological energies. So, just stick with the channel and you will learn a lot over time about, what's happening as it's going on. But, when I look at the year on a whole for you, Cancer, what I'm going to be paying attention to, of course, is the moon. The moon is what rules you. You are a lunar little child, Cancer. And so, I look at all the lunar patterns that are coming up. And Cancer, if you want to understand more about yourself, or if you're cross-watching for a Cancer, absolutely, you want to learn how to use and understand a moon sign calendar. There's lots of them out there. I'm not paid by Llewellyn, but this is the one that I almost always buy. Every year I get one of these little books, and I love it because, inside it has, a day by day, because it's going to show you, the moon signs that come up. Hello, camera, go back and focus. That really threw it off. It was like, what? You want me to look at this book? So that's going to show you, where the moon signs and phases are from day to day, because the moon sign, it changes every 2 to 3 days. That's why, like if you do a personal natal chart for yourself, the time is very important because that moon sign is changing all the time. It cycles through every sign every 30 days, 28 to 30 days. So it's always moving. So the moon sign, phases are important too. Is it full moon? Is it new moon? Is it somewhere in between? Is it waxing? Is it waning? Those are all important for you, Cancer, because that is your personal energy. It is also why Cancers are famously considered to be moody or have a lot of emotional swings, because when your, ruling planet is changing signs every couple of days, how can you not have some mood swings? You might be feeling really a little bit more dreamy, melancholy, or sleepy during a Pisces moon, and then super energetic and ready to go take on the world during a Leo moon. So very important to look at those. So for 2020, I mostly am going to point out just the lunar eclipse energy patterns, because we do have 3 of them, Cancer. One of them's coming up really, really soon here. January 10th is actually our first lunar eclipse, and it happens in your sign in Cancer because we just had that solar eclipse in Capricorn at the end of December. So January 10th starts out, you know, this year on a big high note for you. So very, very intense, passionate, strong emotions coming through with a Cancer full moon lunar eclipse at 2:21 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on January the 10th. I will be doing a reading about this particular for all signs. I do a full moon reading for each full moon every month. So Cancer, if you are interested in that, this is a great channel for you to hook into because I always do a full moon reading. June the 5th, that's going to be the next full moon lunar eclipse, the second one, and it's going to be in Sagittarius at 3:12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on June the 5th. So that's going to be a very, very strong, optimistic, boundless, very lucky full moon for you. That, I believe, is really going to bring a lot of good fortune, especially for you, Cancer. Then on June 20th, the sun sign moves into Cancer. That starts, you know, your personal month of the year when the sun is moving through your sign. It's also, you know, the next day, that's going to be quite a weekend, June 20th and 21st. So the 20th, sun moves into Cancer. On the 21st, we got the new moon in Cancer with a solar eclipse in Cancer. So we had a lunar eclipse in Cancer starting in January. We're getting a solar eclipse in Cancer in June. So there's a whole lot of your energy coming up this year, Cancer. There's a lot of good stuff. You're going to be very, very strong. Yes, very emotional, but these are very good changes, very good balancing acts that are happening with your sign. So then the last one, the last lunar eclipse of the year of 2020 will be on November 30th. That's going to be a lunar eclipse in the sign of Gemini. So, you know, it's the counterbalance to that full moon Sagittarius in June. Then in November, we get one in Gemini. So that's going to bring our communication up to a higher level and really, you know, bring all of our thoughts and our feelings to the surface. So on that note, Cancer, let us start getting into your cards. I'm going to be actually doing a really fun reading. I love doing this reading because it's something that I've done for my regular clients for years. I even have some people that will come from out of town just for this reading for their New Year overview because it's really cool. We're going to do a bunch of oracle cards to get some major themes, and then we're going to use the tarot to do one card for each month, all 12 months of the year. So let's start. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, ancestors, helpers, and healers, please be with the sun, moon, Venus, and rising sign of Cancer as we do their 2020 overview reading. Please protect their energy as well as mine throughout this session and bring through clear, accurate messages for their highest good. Thank you so much. Oh, Cancer. What a beautiful card to start. This is a numerology deck, and you got the number 85, follow your dreams. So Cancer, think about this. So 8 plus 5, that's going to be a 13. And then 13 adds up to 4. It's a 4-year. It's your number. That is amazing. So Cancer, this is really coming through very specifically for you to, you know, not just think about what you want to do, but to start actualizing, you know, what is it you've been dreaming for? What is it you've been working for? That is super, super strong. I love that coming through for you for 2020. So let's pull a guardian angel card. We're going to ask which angel is coming through, what they want to guide you towards, what your ancestors, your guardians, whoever it is that's special around you, what are they bringing towards you the most strongly? What is it that they want you to embody? And when you, talk to them, ask them for help, what is it that you really, could be attuning to or focusing on? Oh, Cancer. So this is a definite special, very special, special, can I talk? Very special, special message. Even my camera went out of focus with that. But I almost feel like there is a reason for why I'm getting a little tongue-tied. Angel of Remembrance, look at that. This is connecting you very strongly to your passed on loved ones, and to people that you remember fondly, Cancer. So, I have that in my life. My dad passed away 2 years ago from cancer, and so interestingly enough, this card, I really feel that for you, because I definitely believe that your, loved ones, the people that you, were so connected to in life, are still there with you. Absolutely. They're like, your guardian angels on another level. And so this is reminding you, Cancer, don't forget about them. They have not forgotten about you. They're there with you all the time. Even if you feel like you're alone, you're not alone. You're never alone, because you have, these very special, I should not say the word special right now. You have these very important guardians who are so close to you right now. And they really want you to reach out and connect to them. So that is a gorgeous card to bring through. And I would say that, Cancer, you're one of the most nostalgic and sentimental signs of the zodiac. So if you've been really missing someone, if you've really been, grieving or struggling with that loss, remember, you didn't really lose them. They just went to another level of existence. And even though the physical form is gone, they're still very much there in spirit with you. So let's pull a destiny card. We're going to see what this year is about life path-wise, what they would like you to embody, embrace, and what kind of path, what's the best approach to walking this year of 2020. Oh, Cancer. These cards, I'm telling you, these just feel so perfect for you. So protection is coming through. Look at the tree. Even though the rain or whatever can pour over it, it's got that protection underneath. It's very solid, very rooted. Like I said, that number 4 year is about solidity, roots, family, home. And so, trees, of course, are quite the home for birds and other animals that live in them. So, this is a haven for you. And I think too, with your spirit guides and your ancestors coming through very strongly, they want you to know that you're protected, that you're watched over, that you're not just running around out there by yourself. Even if you feel very much that way, if you feel alone, if you feel, like you don't have anybody looking after you, that's not true. They really want you to know that you are protected and that you also have that power to protect others. For Cancer, many of you, it's just that solid home base is very important. Even if you are a more, traveling Cancer, more free-spirited Cancer, having a place to rest your head, having a place to feel safe and secure is still very important on some level. So let's pull a card from the Hidden Worlds. We're going to see what is the place inside your soul that is very important for you to return to, reside in, and the place that you may be journeying to. This is where that path is leading you to. Oh, Cancer, look at that. Oh, these cards that are coming up for you are absolutely just, inspired. So the mother awakens, and Cancer, you are the mother sign. It doesn't matter if you identify male, female. It does, Cancer is a moon energy. So the moon is the mother. It's Luna. It's, that caregiver, the nurturer. And so this to me is, you look at that, there's the doorway to her heart, and the rainbow is going towards her heart chakra. So Cancer, this is you awakening. This is your heart awakening. This is, to me, for some Cancers, yeah, if you've been through a lot of pain, especially in relationship, because so much of that, like all that heavy Capricorn planetary energy is hitting your universal relationship house. So I know a lot of Cancers have really been through some relationship ringers. And this is saying, look at that light. It's coming in to heal that heart chakra and awaken you. Compassion, nurturing, guidance. This is also you providing, that level of healing to other people. This could be where you're, really mothering and nurturing and caring for someone else. And I like this. I just noticed that as I move the card, there's the masculine as well as the divine feminine. So it's like there's that dynamic as well. Ah, love that card. So Cancer. Now I'm going to pull from the Spirit Animal Oracle. We're going to get into our spirit animals, and we're going to pull 4 cards from this deck, one for each season. That's kind of what I'm, pulling towards. Is it sort of like a winter, spring, summer, fall? But of course, you're welcome to flip any of these around as they suit you, because this is a general reading. But let's talk to the spirit animals. Let's ask them who wants to come through for Cancer here for 2020, to provide encouragement, wisdom, growth, and stability for you on your journey this year. These feel great. These cards are just buzzing for you, Cancer. I swear. It's like, wow. It's just amazing. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right, so the first card that comes up, Cancer, is the Koi Spirit. And this is a water energy, very strongly. The Koi is a very powerful animal spirit, especially in Asian cultures, because the Koi is a symbol of longevity. Koi fish live a very long time. They can live crazy long lives. And so water is often seen as a symbol of abundance or wealth. And so that's why you'll see lots of like Chinese restaurants, Japanese gardens, all that kind of thing. They will always have the koi pond because it's longevity to your abundance. And that's what this is bringing you. This is the start of the year. And it says, look, there's always enough, because it's a spirit of abundance. It's a spirit of longevity and prosperity. So that's a very nice confirmation, Cancer, that for any of you that have been concerned about money, concerned about resources, this is a message coming through that is stable. It's going to get better. If it isn't, then going into that springtime, look at the armadillo coming up. And to me, that card of protection, this is really about that. The armadillo has that armor on the back of him, and it's about setting healthy boundaries. So absolutely, Cancer, don't be afraid. And, Cancer, you have a shell too, so don't hesitate to use that if you need to. If people are not treating you right, if they're not giving you what you need, absolutely, you need to honor that and protect yourself. So then going into the summer, we have the wolf spirit. The wolf is very much a communal pack animal. So it's very much about, integrating itself into the whole, turning knowledge into wisdom, which I really love. That really connects back to the follow your dreams card, because it's like taking everything that you know and turning it into wisdom and turning it into something that manifests in the world. And then look at this at the end, as we move into autumn and getting into the end of the year, we have the scarab beetle, which is a very magical symbol. The magic works through you. The transformation works through you. The healing all works through you. And look at the colors even of these cards. They're all a very similar color scheme of these beautiful warm oranges and also kind of those sea greens. I love that there's just that kind of commonality even in the color of the cards. So now I'm going to pull a few from an astrology reading deck. This is going to be a zodiac sign card. So this is just, we're going to ask what zodiac sign is most important for you this year, Cancer. It may, sometimes it could be your own sign, but if it's not, it's sometimes somebody that's important to you that's of this sign, maybe somebody you're going to meet that has this sign that's very important. You could have placements in your chart of this sign. So we're just going to pull in and ask Spirit which zodiac sign is prominent and important for Cancer in the year 2020. Look at that. It's Virgo. So Cancer, Virgo is a very complementary sign to you because it is an earth sign. It creates a pattern called a sextile, which is a very beautiful pattern of opportunity and growth. Virgo is a very healing sign. It's all about, service towards humanity. It's about humility, being discriminating, being diligent, taking your time, working through the fine details. It's also very much, like I said, a sign of healing. So it's all about like eating right, taking good care of its health, making sure that the physical body is in good shape as well as the mind and the spirit. So very strong, very beautiful earth sign there. The time of Virgo during this year also might be very important for you, Cancer, and that is usually between around August 23rd to September 22nd, 23rd. That is the time of Virgo, so that may also be a very important time of your year. Then we're going to move into the planet cards, and we're going to see which planetary energy is the most important for you to pay attention to this year, Cancer. Oh, look at that. So the sun is coming up. And I would say that because of that, this, I'm going to go back to my calendar here, take another peek at it, remind myself. Yeah, so when the sun goes into your sign, and we're also having the solar eclipse in Cancer, that's going to be a really big, important time of the year, is that June 20th and 21st weekend, and also kind of that 6 months following. So the solar cycles are really important to you, and this is your immortal spirit, your purpose, your destiny. This is your conscious spirit, Cancer. So it's very, very powerful, very illuminating. So let's look at now a house card, because the houses of the chart of the zodiac wheel represent the different areas and places of our lives. And so let's see what part of your life is calling for the most attention this year, Cancer. Ooh, and look at that, the 8th house, which is very, very deep. This is the Scorpio house. So Cancer, it's a fellow water sign, which is very complementary to you. And this is about transformational energy. This is about intense emotions coming to the surface and working below the surface for deeper psychological and emotional healing. So it's a very regenerational year. These are very complementary. Virgo and Scorpio are both very complementary energies to you. So to me, when I look at this, I think this is a year of healing. This is a year of personal growth, embracing greater well-being. Very, very powerful. All right, so Cancer, we're going to move Mr. Dragon over here, and we're going to get into your tarot. Very excited to see what comes up for you. This is going to be, we're going to pull a card for each month, so 12 cards. And if we need to clarify any of those, I will be clarifying with the Rider-Waite deck. So Spirit, please come through and let us know what is coming up for each month of the 12 months of 2020 for Cancer. Let's just see what you've got in store for them. Wow, okay. All right, so let's take a peek with what's going on with you. So Cancer, you start the year out with the Five of Coins. This is the card for January. So to me, this is all about, you having been probably feeling left out in the cold. I know, like I was saying earlier, a lot of Cancers have gone through so much challenge with relationships because the universal relationship house for you guys has been really taking a lot of hard hits. So if you have felt, left out, abandoned, you just aren't included in the whole, this is a card that's telling you the hand of the divine is inviting you into the inner sanctum. You do not need to feel left out. You do not need to feel, like you're not welcome into the, the warmth and the light. I think this really gets back. I was thinking, as I was shuffling about that sun card coming up in your planets, and the sun energy is aligned with Leo. Leo likes to be in the spotlight, and it doesn't feel bad about, that. So this could be telling a lot of you Cancers for this year that if you've been, sitting back, not getting your needs met, putting up with a lot of bad behavior, or people just haven't been treating you right, this is time for you to step up into the spotlight and say, you know what? I do deserve love. I do deserve warmth and appreciation and respect. And that is really coming through. Yeah, I mean, for some of you, this is like a whole new start because it's like, you're not willing to just sit back in the corner anymore and not be included into the whole. And for February, look at that Three of Swords. There's that heartbreak. Like I said, we've had some heartbreaks here, Cancer. This is not going to resonate with every single Cancer, but for a lot of you, that is what's been happening. There's just no getting around it. I'm always someone that's going to be as positive as possible, but I'm a Capricorn. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything either. And a lot of Cancers, y'all have been through the ringer in relationships, a lot of disappointments, a lot of letdowns, a lot of sorrow, a lot of grief. So, that February is definitely showing it up. And it's really saying, that it's time to take those swords out of your heart, Cancer. If this is something that's already been over and done with a while back and it's still hurting, this is definitely saying it's time to just complete that cycle. Yep. Pick yourself up, pick up those swords that people left behind, because for some of you, you've been really disappointed. You've had, people walk away from you. It hasn't been a fun time. So February, you really come to grips with that, and, you really start to put yourself back together. And I think you're going to be very successful in that, because look at what March has in store is the Temperance card. This is Sagittarius energy. It's very positive, very upbeat, greater luck, greater expansion. And so it's like you're ready for that balance. She always has that balance between earth and water, that angel in that card. So to me, this is resilience. It also shows how tough you've been. Like when we temper the sword, tempering the steel, it makes it stronger, more resilient, more flexible. And so to me, this says, after all that sword energy, oh my goodness, from February, you're ready to step into some new positive alignments in March. And then look at what happens in April. This is a quick change around in the energy, Cancer. You're really letting something go and move into something great, because April, 10 of Cups, this is emotional fulfillment. This is, the happy home, the rainbow in the sky, the money in the bank, the good stuff going on, especially the emotional and spiritual fulfillment, which is absolutely solid and so beautiful. And so many of you have been working so hard for that. Whether you have that connection with someone else or you're just feeling that contentment deep within your own spirit, it is a gorgeous card to come through. Yeah, and it is. This is a building energy. If you haven't already stepped into that by April, you are working on it. Then we go into the energy of May. Another cup card is coming up with the Knight of Cups, Cancer. So this is very romantic offers. This is, if you're a single Cancer especially, this could be people coming through and saying, hey, Cancer, you want to go on a date? Or you may have an admirer that you didn't know about that comes forward, etc., etc. So let's see what comes up around him. It's going to change your world too. Look at that. Because there's that tower, and to me the tower, a lot of people think of it as being bad. I personally don't think of towers as being all that bad, because to me this is knocking away old constructs, old things that have not been for your best. And Cancer, like I said, I'm a Capricorn, which is the flip side of your sign, and I understand that. Cancers and Capricorns, we have a very hard time like letting go of stuff. Really get stuck in our psyche and in our memory. And so sometimes the divine has to just come through and boom. And Cancer, what that might be for some of you is that if you get this emotional offer, or someone from your past really has made some major changes, they've really stepped it up to reconcile with you, it's gonna like really, you know, obliterate all those old hang-ups, all that old sadness, all those things that you had been just so unhappy about or really dwelling on. Then when we move into the energy of June, Two of Wands is coming up. This is the second time this card comes up now in this spread. So to me, Two of Wands, look at that beautiful card. The garden gate opening, you know, new beginnings coming up on the horizon, the rainbow shining in the distance. So to me, this is you stepping through a new beginning. There's a lot of new beginnings coming up for 2020, especially in the first half of this year. It's really looking like, Spirit, please let's get, how is this, what is the new beginning pertaining to for Cancer? Let's see what that comes up as. Yeah, it's the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune, you know, the wheel turning in your favor, things moving forward in a positive direction. And then going into your own month, into July. Oh, look at that. And that's going to be that end of June, early, you know, getting into July. These are important. These are just like big, powerful, pivotal moments for you. And that Queen of Pentacles is coming up. Very solid, very grounded, very earthy, stable energy. I love the little bunnies and the birds. There's that feeling of abundance, that feeling of being very solidly connected to the earth. You know, it's funny, but it actually, you know, looking at that card, it reminds me again of this tree that we pulled in the beginning. Very similar colors, you know, and it's that very, very strong, rooted, deep connection to the earth. So you are really putting down some roots. That month of July is powerful. And then look at August. There we are with that Six of Swords. To me, this is a sword card, so it's an air energy, it's intellectual, but because there's so much water in it, you know, there's that emotional energy too. And Cancer, to me, this card is beautiful because it's all about leaving the troubled waters behind, moving to better places. It's making a very conscious decision. Even in this card, look at the moon up in the corner. There, it really connects to your energy. To me, that's a waning moon, and it's like we're letting things go. We're moving, you know, past the old pain and into something much better and much more calm and peaceful. Yeah, and you're doing it very rapidly. Look at that Eight of Wands coming up on top of that card. You're not playing around anymore, Cancer. You're like, I'm leaving that behind. And we've got the Nine of Cups. 10 of Cups, 9 of Cups, both in this spread. Wish fulfillment. Yeah, greater contentment. More peace within your heart. More peace within your emotions. Let me ask Spirit, what is this pertaining to? What is this Nine of Cups going to be speaking to Cancer about? Yeah, and it's just so obvious. This is a definite message, especially for some of you coming through. This is leaving these disappointments behind, the heartaches behind, the things that didn't go right, and embracing the stuff, finally, you know, behind you that was always there, that was going right. Oh, Cancer. So going then into the last part of the year, getting into October, Page of Wands, yet again, brand new fresh energy. To me, the Page of Wands is very strong Aries energy. So whether or not Aries is important in your life, in your chart, or in someone that you know, the Aries is the burst of spring. Even though this is going to be happening in the autumn for you, there's a feeling of rebirth. There's a feeling of renewal. There's a feeling of greater joy. more playfulness, Cancer. If you guys have been really like super heavy, super serious, you know, super, super deep, October is a time when the energy just starts to lighten up quite a bit. Yeah, and look at that. Pages together. Page of coins on top of the Page of Wands for October. So this is brand new beginnings, could be as well in business as well as in pleasure. So November, there's that Two of Swords, Cancer. This is some decisions you got to make, and it's also a challenge to start opening that heart chakra back up. Oh my goodness. Because if you've been through the wounds, and I know so many of my Cancers have, this is a little bit, yeah, I see this pattern emerging over 2020 where it's like, you know, there's going to be some really big moments where you choose to let go of the pain. You choose to let go and you choose to open up. And there's a little, some for you, it's like a little bit back, a little bit forward, a little bit back. That's pretty typical for Cancer in a lot of ways, but it's very, very good that you're making the progress. You're making those motions. Oh, and it is regarding love. Oh, Cancer. There it is. There's the Lover's card over that Two of Swords. For some Cancers, you might even be making a decision between two people. There's a lot of air energy in the, you know, the Swords, and then the Lovers is related to Gemini. Could even be a Gemini that you're, you know, thinking about or having to make a choice about, but this is also very related to communication. So this is an important month. November 2020, very important for communication, whether it's romantic or not, but for a lot of Cancers, this is going to be a romantic decision. And some of it may be partly that you've got to let down your guard. And it's like, can I do it? Can I trust again? I've been hurt. Can I let the guard down around my heart and enter into a higher level, a deeper level of love with this new person? So then going into December, a lot of you will make that choice to take the leap of faith. There's the Fool card coming up. And so I'm just going to ask real quick, Spirit, what is the Fool card about for Cancer for December? Yeah. And for some of you, it's going to be a calculated risk, of course, because not all of you like to jump that fast without knowing exactly what you're getting into. So you may say to somebody, well, yes, I want to take this leap of faith with you. I want to take things to this next level. I want to re-embrace my innocence and my, you know, youthful, happy, joyful spirit, but give me a little time. Just give me a little time. I got to work through this. Just one step at a time, be patient, and we will get there. So, love your reading, Cancer. Really, really good stuff. Let's pull an affirmation card for you. I have to show you the art on these. I've been showing it in every video with the bunny rabbit riding the unicorn. I love that. I have pet bunnies, so when I saw that on these cards, I said, yep, I gotta have those. But these are really fun and funny little affirmations. So let's pull a good one for you, Cancer. Dear Spirit, please. Let's see what their confirmation, what their affirmative thoughts shall be for 2020. Oh, yes. Look at this. And it has little penguins on it, which the penguins to me are symbols of love, family, connection, and that's what the card's name is, connection. So I'm going to read you the affirmation on this. I'm connected to the multitudes, and I can access their support at any time. Even a stranger offers a sense of comfort when they smile at me or make a dumb comment about the weather. Everyone is waiting to connect. All I need to do is open myself up and pay attention. Note to self, work on witty banter about weather-related stuff. And all of the penguins are standing there and they're all talking about the weather. Look at the little snowflake. They're all talking about the weather. So think about that though, Cancer. This is about the note when it says all you need to do is open yourself up and pay attention, you know, and just key into whatever is around you And I would say that this is definitely a year of healing and then opening your heart back up. So thank you so much for being here with us today, Cancer. I hope you have an absolutely awesome 2020, and I will be seeing you again for your full moon reading very, very soon. Take care, y'all. Bye-bye.